right, so there are a lot of claims going around for people saying that Andy Reid is the best coach of all time. Just recently, he's won his third Super Bowl, and it looks like he's on his way to maybe winning the fourth Super Bowl in the next couple of years. You can also argue that Vince Lombardi, who the Lombardi Trophy, the Super Bowl trophy, is named after, is the best coach of all time. Don Shula, Bill Walsh, Tom Landry, Chuck Noll, any of these guys can make stake to the best NFL coach of all time. But I'm here to tell you that Bill Belichick is in fact the best coach of all time, and here's the reasons why. First off, he has 6 Super Bowl wins with 10 Super Bowl appearances with the Patriots. Some might argue that when Tom Brady left, that his teams never reached certain statuses as it did with the quarterback there. But you could also argue that Bill Belichick was a big reason why Tom Brady was able to reach the level of success that he has. Not saying that he's the only reason, but look at the first few years of Tom Brady in the Patriots uniform, and he was nowhere near the finished product as he was before he retired. So during the first 2 or 3 Super Bowls, Tom Brady was merely a game manager, and Bill Belichick's defense and special teams were major reasons why the Patriots themselves won those games. Just looking at the first Super Bowl when they beat the 2001 Rams, who were considered the greatest offense of all time at that time, and some people still consider that today. But he held that team to 17 points total when they were averaging well over 30 points. They had amassed almost 8,000 yards at the time, which was unheard of. The next year, actually 2 years later, going against the Eagles, who were also a super high-flying offense, and he held that team to only 21 points. So I think that the majority of the reason for the Patriots winning their early Super Bowls were the defense and the coaching, because there were also times in playoffs where Bill Belichick had to face the Chiefs, who were a high-flying offense, and the Colts, who were a high-flying offense. But he also stifled those offenses and made sure that they didn't score over 20 points at a time. Peyton Manning was also a quarterback who was breaking records during those time periods, but he never got past Bill Belichick in the offense till later on in his career. So during the last 3 Super Bowls, Tom Brady was already an MVP at the time, and he already became, a great quarterback, and he was on his way to breaking many records at that time. But my stake is, if Bill Belichick never had the defense to help Tom Brady, be patient enough with Tom Brady during the time period, then he wouldn't be able to reach the status that he is now, or that he was before he retired. Also, there are many rule changes on the defensive side that were the cause of Bill Belichick's mind and the scheme that he had. Like, for instance, the defensive illegal contact for the defensive backs was established because of the game against the Colts, where Peyton Manning came into Foxborough and they had a high-flying offense, but Bill Belichick had his defenders bump the receivers the whole time down the field, which caused the Colts and Peyton Manning and everybody to complain about it, and ultimately led to a rule change. And I think those kind of things are, at the time, they don't seem like they're major, but if you cause rules to be changed, I think that there's a greatness to come with that. Because you can also say that during the time, taking it to a different sport, Will Chamberlain was so dominant that they had to change the rules to make so that he couldn't score as many points as he did. Because during his time, offensive goaltending was a legal thing. Because he was so successful at it, they other teams and players were mad about it, so they had to change the rules to make it more fair for other teams to compete with him. So I just think that whenever you have a rule change that goes because of you, I think that speaks to your greatness, and I think that's another reason why Bill Belichick is the greatest coach of all time. And also, I think now a lot of people are considering Andy Reid the greatest coach of all time because of the rule changes and how the NFL is today. But I think that Andy Reid is to what offenses is today as what Bill Belichick is to what defenses was previously, meaning that Andy Reid's mind was always offensive and he always came up with great schemes. But since the game is now moved in a way that favors the offense, I think it kind of limits what you could do defensively, therefore taking away some of the power that Bill Belichick had. But I think that now you're getting to see the greatness of Andy Reid, and he's making his stake as one of the greatest, if not, some people consider him the greatest coach of all time. But you also have to put a caveat next to that, because when Bill Belichick and Andy Reid squared off in the Super Bowl, which was in 2004, Bill Belichick actually beat Andy Reid in the Super Bowl. So that's like the same case of the Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady case, because it's going to be super difficult for Patrick Mahomes to pass Tom Brady because they already squared off in the Super Bowl and Tom Brady beat him. So not only does Patrick Mahomes has to do something, I think the only way Patrick Mahomes will be able to surpass Tom Brady as the GOAT all time would be to do something that Tom Brady never done. He has a chance to do it this year with obviously a chance to three-peat. So I think that will help his stake. But that's far away from the point. But these are my reasons why Bill Belichick are the greatest of all time. What do you think?